Hello, 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 and welcome to this live broadcast. I am Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here. Hey, as you're coming on to this live broadcast, make sure that you say hello. Make sure your notifications are set. You know, as I'm speaking right here, right now, I'm waiting for the people who are going to be joining me live to come on. So I'm talking specifically right now, except for the very quick movers, to those of you who are watching this on a replay version. Make sure that you set your notifications down, and as I do these live broadcasts, I am talking to you whether you caught me live or not. I want you to ask your questions during this live broadcast, make your comments. I'm going to go through this all throughout the day. All right, so as you're coming on to this live broadcast, make sure that you set notifications if you haven't already. I come on this broadcast to come to you a little bit, it seems like every single day, and I love the interaction. This is our time to connect. I'm going to do a few sets here while we have more driven, ambitious men who love bodybuilding training, pushing themselves to become their best physically, but also mentally and emotionally too. The total package, as I like to call it, making our man formation, becoming our best both inside and outside the gym. If that sounds like you, maybe you're new to this broadcast, then you're in good company. There's a lot of men who are just like you. So I'm going to do some sets. This is the time to post your questions and comments down below. I've got a message for you today. I'm going to tell you the number one thing that stops most men just like you. The number one thing that stops men just like you. You may discover through this connection, me sharing my experiences, that you're a lot more normal than you may think if this stops you from moving forward and getting what you want, right? And again, these thoughts, this perspective, then I'm giving you some objectivity as you step outside of your world and see what's the experience for other men who are going for it in life like me. The experiences, the insight that I share with you is from dozens and dozens of men who I've worked with all over the world through intense one-on-one coaching, different ages, different levels of success, different goals, right? The same things come up over and over again, and sometimes we're going on our focused journey. We're having some challenges, obstacles. If that sounds like you, you're just like me, you're just like every other man out there. And you may figure out, like I said, that, hey, I'm not alone, right? And then we can just get to work without all of those obstacles in the way and feeling that we may be defective. You're gonna find out that you're not defective. You're a lot like me. You're a lot like a lot of other driven, ambitious men. All right, so I'm going to do a couple sets. Again, post your questions, your comments down below. I've got a way for you to win by you being aggressive and being assertive and knowing what it is you want. I posted my courses down below. I want to give those to you. Knowledge, learning more strategies is certainly helpful in the process. I've got that all structured and outlined for you in step-by-step courses. And then when you come here every single day, I want to work on your mindset with you so you get more out of all that talent and ability that you have. All right, so I'm going to do a few sets. I'm so glad you are here. Again, whether you're watching me live or on a replay version, I want you to participate. I want you to communicate. I want you to ask your questions. And I'll go through this feed, all the comments all throughout the day. If you've been here, you know that I do that, right? So live on a replay version, post your questions and your comments. It's a great time to like, love, and share the feed too. I appreciate you doing that. Let me check out some of these comments here. I want to do my best to make this interactive while I'm working out with you too. I know you guys want to see the exercise. That's our common passion. You want to see some muscles. So I always want to do that for you too. I want to do it all in this time that I spend with you. All right, see some of these comments down below. Right, again, this is a great time for you to post your comments, your questions. I'm going to give you a chance to win during this live broadcast today and in the replay version. All right, let's see, who do we got here? And the comments. Good morning, Jonathan. How are you today? Hey, thank you so much for your direct message on Facebook. Jonathan, thank you so much. Jonathan asked the question that motivated me to come to you yesterday with a message, and he was rewarded with Results University, my comprehensive bodybuilding and training program, in this beautiful members-only website. I mean, it's got like 26 hours of video, I think another 40 hours of audio, workbooks. It's all lined out for you in this beautiful members-only website. And Jonathan, by being aggressive, taking action, knowing what he wanted, reaching out, he won my Results University comprehensive bodybuilding and training course. You can check that down below. I want to give you the chance to win too. So Jonathan says, I took the initiative, stepped up and asked Skip a question. He rewarded me with access to one of his programs. He is sincere when he says he wants to help you. Yes, that is true. Thank you so much for the kind words. And that testimony showing other men what's ahead of them if they take action like you too, Jonathan. John says, hey Skip, been away from the gym for way too long and had a hard time getting back. Any advice to get back? Well, show up on this. You pick up your phone, right? I'm coming here. It's 4 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. I'm in the gym too, and we can kind of go through this journey together. You'll see that some days I'm on fire and I'm screaming, right, with excitement. Some days I might be just putting one step in front of another, getting through the day, but following through, and a lot of different things in between. And we can go through this journey together, and hopefully I'll set that example that sometimes we just need to keep on keeping on. Some is better than nothing. And then we get back in that groove again. So probably the best advice I could give you, that's a great question, John, is to keep your phone in your hand and make the time to connect every single day with me, right? And post your questions and your comments. Let's make this interactive. We're actually apart. Here I am in Walnut Creek, California. That's 30 miles east of San Francisco in California, USA, for our international viewers, right? And so here I am coming to you at 4 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, and we can actually connect. I mean, you can post a comment, I can actually respond to your question. Hopefully, I come to you right at the right moment to just make that shift in your mindset, to remind you of who you are, what you're all about, what these goals you have in front of us. And that's the awesome thing that we can use this internet for, right? A lot of people say, social media, what a waste of time and those type of things. Well, we can use it any way we want, and that would be a good way for you, John. Daniel, love his coaching. Thank you so much, Daniel. I appreciate that. Feeling better today after talking to you last night, going to keep it going. That's Vic. Made that comment. Yeah, I talked to Vic, like I said, I make myself available to you guys. All you have to do is be aggressive. And I love helping other people. I love learning, right? I love learning from your experience, and that's what gives me the insight and the creativity and the imagination of what I'm going to come to on the next live broadcast, right? So I love the connection. I love working on my craft. I love sharing my experiences. So I make myself available to. You just got to be aggressive, like Danielle in Pakistan. We've communicated many times before. Jonathan and Vic last night in Michigan, right? Pete, good morning to you, sir. So John says, I connected with you before. I am a mass machine. Awesome. Yeah, we have connected. That is true. Pete, look forward to these every day. Thank you so much, Skip. Well, thank you so much Pete, for appreciating what I do here. Now, I'm going to do a few more sets. Again, guys, this is the time to post your comments, your questions. You want to be like Pete, Danielle, John, Jonathan, right? Post your comments down below, but post your questions. And, I'm going to do some cardio afterwards. I'm going to be on my stationary bike in my home. I'm going to go through these comments and answer your questions. You may win one of my courses, so we can really take this to the next level. What I want to do is I want to actually give you those courses, and you can see how systematic I am with the step-by-step instruction. So you don't have to just grab information from a lot of different sources, from a lot of different videos on over several days or weeks, right? And then when we connect every single day, like Pete, he looks forward to these every single day, we can work on your mindset so you actually do what you want to do, what you set out to do. You could actually follow through with the strategies that you've learned. All right, so post your questions, your comments, your suggestions down below. Let's make this interactive. So glad to be with you here again today, guys. Which one of you guys are posting the best question that we can all benefit from? All right, I'm checking. Post your questions down below, guys. You want to make sure that you stick around for this entire live broadcast, because I am going to share with you, not just from my own personal experience, my journey going for higher and higher levels to reach my goals and my sense of fulfillment and happiness, but also from the men who I've worked with intense one-on-one coaching, going through the journey of life. This is what I've discovered to be the number one challenge that gets in your way from really working towards those goals that you really want. And when I reveal what I believe is the number one challenge that stops us, men just like you and me, you're going to find out that you may be a lot more normal than you think, that your way of thinking isn't just unique to you, so you can just let that go and actually get to work. Yeah, Pete, you say you're looking forward to these live broadcasts. I tell you something, I look forward to coming to you every single day. I love going through the journey. I've lived by the motto to teach is to learn twice. If I get up here and I turn on this camera and I have to say, hey guys, this is what we need to do, right? This is what can really help you. This is what I've learned through my experiences and other men just like us, right? That makes me have to live up to my words. It gives me an extra layer of accountability that I must actually do what I say. I got to be congruent, right? I can't say one thing and then when I have challenges, I can't crumble, right? So I love putting this pressure on myself. Again, it's a motto that I've had for over 20 years. Many of you guys have been with me that long, to teach us to learn twice. Post your questions, your comments, your suggestions down below. I'm going to reach out to you today. I'm going to answer all the questions, all the comments. So do that right now, and let's make this interactive. Be aggressive, like like John and was, like Vic was yesterday, who I talked to on the phone in Michigan, and how Jonathan was, and he won Results University, my comprehensive bodybuilding and training course. Let's see here, what do we got going here? Tell some detail the dark side of steroids. I can't tell you the dark side of steroids. I don't have that personal experience, right? And I'll tell you this, a lot of natural bodybuilders, right? You'll see, they'll talk from an experience of how it is, what those guys do. Yet they've never gone through that experience, all right? So I don't climb into people's minds. I don't imagine what they're going through if I haven't experienced it, right? And certainly if they don't tell me what it is, right? You know, but I will tell you this, my attitude towards it is, you know, here I am. Now, when I was training and winning drug-free championships, you know, I had people who just loved me and admired me for what I had done. I had a lot of doubters too. There's no way this can be accomplished drug-free. You know, I just have to move forward. I wasn't gonna let the opinions of other people get in the way of what I wanted to accomplish. All right, and the thing about it is now it's, you know, here I am 28 years later at 55 years old. Time can prove out what consistency will do. All right, and I think you know, the way I live my life, the attitude that I share, can tell you why I made the decisions. But I'll tell you this, that other people, they make decisions for reasons you can never imagine. We all go through our journey. I don't pass judgment on what people do. We all do things for whatever reasons, right? We all want to be happy. We all make our choices. And some guy may be taking steroids and you may not agree. And you say that's the worst thing morally, health-wise, whatever you may think, right? You know, listen, I am sure you may be doing things that a lot of other people would say, hey, come on, Danielle, it's not productive with your life, right? They could pass judgment on you. So, look, we're all going through the journey. Whatever methods we do it, we're doing our best to make ourselves happy, to get out of pain, into pleasure, create life. People make different choices, right? I just am who I am, live the example. That those who want to take it, those who want to reject it, that's everybody else's choice. All right. How do you know when you're emotionally ready to take the steps to get to the next level? Really good question. That's a really good question. And again, I'm going to do a couple more sets here. I want as many people to come here. I want to give you guys plenty of time to post your questions, your comments down below. I want to make this interactive. But that ties in, that question, Jonathan, ties into the number one challenge that gets in the way of most men like me, like you, from getting what we really want to really go for it. And again, you're going to find out that you may be a lot more normal than you think. Post your questions down below. What other questions? Go ahead, keep on posting your questions, your comments, your suggestions down below, guys. All right. You guys look down, scroll down below, see all of my courses, right? From if you just are a man who just wants to fit health and fitness into your life, you're looking for effective and efficient strategies, you don't want to become a champion bodybuilder, right? You just want to work with your life. It's like Vic's experience. We talked last night on the phone, right? I've got 10 hours of the best phone consultations, training, eating, lifestyle, mindset, the best 10 hours. It's all sliced out when I was stimulated through one-on-one coaching, and I took out the client who I talked to, and I just had the advice that I had given them. It's 10 straight hours, right? Training, nutrition, mindset, lifestyle, right? So that's a course that I have 10 hours, the best of my phone consultations for, if that sounds like you. All the way to the ultimate contest preparation. All right, that's a 13-hour seminar, right? It takes you step by step through the meticulous contest preparation process that I went through. Bodybuilding and training, step by step. Mastery, I have that course. In addition to the Man-Formation confidence and leadership, lifestyle, motivation, goal setting, Man-Formation, the mindset and actions of a powerful alpha male leader, an 11-hour course. And Man-Formation 2, get your swagger back. All right, that's the next level to the Man-Formation course. Right, so check out all those courses. Like I said, to teach is to learn twice is the motto that I've lived by for years. And I've documented my journey along the way. It's in a beautiful members only website. I want to give you that structured step-by-step instruction. So when you come here every single day, like Pete looks forward to every single day, we can work on your mindset. So you actually take action on those goals and dreams that you want to work towards, you want to achieve. All right, so I give you the step-by-step courses, right, that you can refer to back and forth on this beautiful members only website. Do it on your phone, your tablet, your laptop, your desktop, and then you come here every single day for the inspiration, the motivation as we go through life together. All right, post your questions down below, post your comments down below, guys. This is the time. Let's make this interactive. I'm so glad you're here. You know, one thing, guys, is that I am creating this Man-Formation training program, right? I've talked about that a lot, and what that's all about is maybe you're in this phase of life like me. You want to look great at any age. You want to be effective and efficient with everything that you do, but you want to save some of that limited and precious willpower, focus, energy, and time so you can put that on other areas of your life, business, goals, family, right? So you don't want to be a fitness zealot where it takes up 3 hours a day and all your time and all your focus, but you still want to look great and at any age. Man-Formation training, that's what it's all about. And so you may notice, if you've been watching little by little with my live broadcast and my training, is how I've incorporated a lot more machines than I have in the past when I was more hardcore, basic compound movements. And there's reasons for that. And again, it's to be effective and efficient with your time and energy and still look great, right? Still looking great at my advanced age here, right? I want to share these experiences. Hardcore, driven family, businessman, how do you merge those two, not one or the other, right? Because I know you don't want to compromise your physical body for your goals, but you don't want to anymore. If this is where you were before, you don't want to compromise, your goals and dreams and all the opportunities out there because you're hyper focused on your physical body. That's what Man-Formation training is all about, and I'll talk a lot more about that. All right, so keep those questions coming. Danielle says, Skip, please visit Pakistan. Many people want to learn the best science of fitness, and you are the best teacher. Elaborate everything. Love it. Well, thank you so much. John says, exactly. You need to find the balance for everything. John, I mean, that's what I pride myself on now, right? That's what Man-Formation is all about. You want to come back here on a continual basis. And I'll tell you this, I come to you a little bit every single day. Some days I'm going to give you earth-shattering information. It's going to come right at the perfect time. You're going to be so glad that you didn't miss the live broadcast and you interacted. There are going to be some times where something's going to be I'm going to put it in your head and it's going to percolate. It's going to marinate for a while. And then a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, you're going to go, I get it. That's what Skip was talking about. So you want to, little by little, you want to just show up. Go through this journey again. Use this social media in a way to really empower your life. And I want to help you do that by coming to here every single day. Beautiful gym here that we have here, right? This Club Sport it's connected to Renaissance Hotel here in Walnut Creek, California. Again, it's about 30 miles east of San Francisco, California, USA. And this is where men come to me for what I call man formation weekends. I mean, sure, we train, we eat together, but we set aside to really go over their goals in life and maybe some of the challenges that they're going through. Have these man formation weekends. If that sounds like something you may be interested in, it doesn't matter where you are, if you're in the United States or around the world, reach out and see how you and I can connect in person. Come here, we can train, we can eat together here in Walnut Creek, California, near San Francisco, at this beautiful Renaissance Hotel and Club Sport gym. All right, I'm still going to come back with the number one challenge that stops men just like you and me, and you're going to find out you may be a lot more normal than you think. Hey, Porfy, how are you? Come over here, Porfy.
Good, how are you?
Come on over here. I tell you guys, I'm so thankful for the great people here at the Renaissance Club Sport Hotel and Gym. I gotta tell you, this is my man, Porfy here. I mean, greatest worker. This is what makes this experience so good. People like him. How long have you been here?
11 years.
11 years. I've been here for 15 years, and this is always a great face to look forward to every single morning. They look what they allow. We all, Porfy, a big thank you. They allow me to come in here in this beautiful gym before they open to come to you, going through the journey of life. So thanks, Porfy. Really appreciate it, man. All right,
enjoy.
Every single morning, this guy's the best worker, best employee. They're really lucky to have him. All right. So yeah, if you guys are interested in coming down here, just send me an email and we can talk about that. All right, it's really intense. If you're really ready to change your life, spend this one-on-one time with me, see this beautiful facility in the beautiful part of California. Just let me know. Send me an email at skip@skiplacour.com or direct message me. It'll change your life if you're like a lot of the men who take the time to do this. All right. Can you describe intensity and how to bring it into your workouts? You know, it's a good question. That could be a great topic all by itself. I may touch upon that as I talk about the message for today. Right? Again, I'm going to do one more set. This is the time to post your questions. I'm going to go through the comment section all throughout the day and give you that attention, but you have to take action and post your question down below. You know what's interesting, Daniel, talk about steroids. I tell you guys, look, do your thing. All right? If you don't do steroids, you don't want to do that. That is awesome. I certainly understand that. You want to, go towards your values, your mission. But one thing I tell you too, and I think that if you've been around with me long enough, I don't spend a lot of time judging other people and what they're doing, especially when I choose not to go down that route, because it takes so much for you to gather all your own resources to get the most out of life. You don't want to distract yourself by imagining or judging or other people's experience. If you don't want to do it, man, that's fine. You got to put this all on you. All right. So I understand why people do the things. I'll tell you this. This will be an interesting topic. Okay, so I've gone this route. I've been rewarded for my efforts, but I'll tell you this. Right? If you go into bodybuilding and you want to be a gigantic superstar, right? You're making a choice to limit your options. My options, all of it's hard work. All right? I want to believe I work just as hard as the top legendary from the 90s. They're legendary still to this day. They have massive followings because they went for it, the decisions they made, right? And I talk to these guys every once in a while. I look at their social media. It's 100 times. They're having 100 times the impact on me that I'm having even on you. And I know you appreciate the way I've gone about it. But they have exposure to 100 times as many people because they made different decisions going into it. I chose not to make those decisions, right? I'm comfortable with those decisions, but at the same time, those decisions limited a lot of opportunities for me, all right? And as time goes by, you kind of think, each way you go in life, whatever decision you make, there's pros and cons. Again, we need to focus on ourselves, our own decisions, and to make the most out of our own decisions. All right? Go ahead, post your questions. I'm going to do one more set, and then I'm going to talk about today's message. How are the abs looking today? All right, guys. You guys post your questions down below. Again, live or on a replay version. I want you to post your questions down below. Did I say that once or twice or 10 times? If I'm going to take the time to be here, I want it to be interactive. I can do these videos anytime. I want it to be interactive. All right, guys. So I want to share with you what I found to be the number one challenge that gets in the way, that stops men just like you and me. All right, and again, this is just from my personal experience as I try to become more and more and more. And it doesn't matter what you accomplish in life. There's always that higher level. And anytime you try to crack a code, you go to that higher level. There's a new code to crack, and you're going to go on a different personal development journey. Maybe you're younger, and you're realizing, hey, that's me too, right? It's never over. There's always a higher level. There's another code to crack. You're going to be challenged. You're going to have to go on a different personal development journey. You're normal, okay? Well, what I found to be the number one challenge is, see, here's the thing about life. When we are in where we are, whether that's a good place, a challenging place, whatever it may be, this is where we are in our lives, right? And we have this imagination, this vision of where we want to be, our goal, all right? Now, we've watched other people do it. We said, hey, I can do that too. That would be great to have it, right? Maybe you're in a position of so much pain and angst, you're sick and tired of being here, and you want to be there. But you've never been there before. You don't know what it tastes like, it feels like, you can't smell it, right? It's only theory, all right, on how to get there, right? You can, go to mentors and coaches give you strategies. Sometimes you have the strategies, but you don't have the mindset to actually execute the strategies. Maybe you've experienced that in the past before, where you thought, this guy gave me this advice, it doesn't work, right? And later on, when you got more focused, you got more determined, maybe you eliminated a lot of distractions and you use that same exact strategy and it did indeed work, right? It was you. You didn't have the right mindset. Always put that pressure on you that these strategies work if I'm getting this advice, if I took the time to be with this mentor. Maybe it's me. Maybe I don't have the mindset. Put that pressure on you first. I see too many people blaming other people. I just talked to a gentleman who came to me. He was a fitness expert, right? And he shared his disappointment with his coach or his mentor, right? That it didn't work. He thought he should get this, and this. The strategies didn't work. Now, I spent a good amount of time on the phone, and I can tell you this, he doesn't know what he doesn't know, right? But his mindset is so inferior. What he needs to do, he has no understanding of what he needs to do. He's taking this attitude, of this guy who's never been here before. He's taking the information from a mentor who's been there before, and he's putting his psychology on it, and it's never going to work. All right? He needs to put that pressure on himself and figure out what that is, and he'll find out that the strategies will indeed work. Right? Put that pressure on yourself. Now, here's the challenge moving forward, going to that place that you've never been, is that we have to put our heart and our emotion and into it, our hopes and dreams. We may fear looking bad to other people, and if we're okay with, we don't care about other people, we might waste our own time and energy. We might let ourselves down, our loved ones down, right? It's an emotional experience to get our hopes up and get to work and sacrifice, which it takes, hard work, sacrifice, coming back and moving forward. When we fail, or at least in the short term we fail, it really drains us. A lot of emotion, willpower, focus, time, and energy. That's normal. You've heard this before. I'm not going to just get up here and say some motivational speech, but you've heard this before, that success is getting knocked down 9 times, but getting up that 10th time. You should know on every journey that you go that on a scale from 1 to 10, right? 10 is you hit it out of the park, it's perfect. I tried this and it worked. Amazing, I got everything out of my effort. That's a 10. That very rarely happens, especially if you're trying to go to a place that you've never been before. You're just assuming that the strategies work. You're assuming you have the right mindset with the strategies that would work, okay? Most of the time, I'm not saying you're going to try and fail like it's going to be an embarrassing, heart-wrenching 0 out of 10. But I'll tell you, you try 10 different things. I mean, 9 of them are going to be a 2, a 3, a 5. Not necessarily a 0, but they're not going to give you that reward that you expect. And it beats you, it drains you, it makes you question, and you got to hurry up and do the next one. The more time in between those attempts, those tries, those 10 tries, knowing you're going to get knocked down 9 times, the more momentum you lose. You don't get to learn from that experience that only produced a 5 out of 10 okay results. If you hurry up and stack what you learned there on the next one, right, you can use that defeat to help you learn to do it right next time, but you have to kind of move quickly. But here's the challenge, we get beat up. Here's the challenge is that we have to be prepared that it's not going to work out the way that we want. Because that's just life, and you know that. All right? A lot of times we have an easy time doing that, all right? But here's the thing is, when you try the next thing, you got to get yourself to believe that this time is going to be the one time out of 10. This one's going to change everything. Because if you go into the next one and only give it a halfway effort, even though you don't know it because you're kind of prepared, it's going to be like the other 9, you have no chance. You have no chance. So the number one challenge is to keep on going, to be prepared that it may not meet our expectations. And at the same time, you got to act all out, all in, not half in it, not protecting yourself, right? It's that balance to knowing that it's probably going to quote unquote fail to some extent, but you can't know that, right, while you're doing the next thing. And it's this balance. The more you can get yourself to do that and quickly, you're going to eventually crack the code. Because everything is a pattern. There's a code to crack. Some patterns are more complex than others. And we all have to figure it out. We have to know where to put most of our energy, right? You know, that 80-20 rule. 80% needs to go into just 1 or 2, 20% of the strategies. But at the beginning, we kind of just try hard at everything. And we're not using our willpower, focus, energy, and time. But you got to have that mindset, all right? So you should, if that sounds like you, hopefully it's creating an epiphany in your mind is that, hey, I have the courses, Skip gives me this course, Skip is offering to talk to me. I'm afraid that he's going to give me the information and I'm not going to do it. Some's going to hold me back. Hey, well, welcome to the club. That's me all the time too. That's you, that's me, right? But not getting the information, not calling me, not trying to win a course, not getting the information, that's not going to do it either, right? We need that information, but we have to get our heart and our mind and our gut into everything that we do, even though we know we're going to fail. See, that's why I want to give you these courses. I want to give you this step-by-step structured strategies, the way I do things, right? You got one source, one clean, members-only website to go to, and then you come here every single day and you learn these epiphanies about the mindset. Hey, that's it. I know I'm probably going to fail, but if I don't totally go for it and believe, there's no sense of even going for it, right? And so, I'll call Skip later. I'll invest in this later. I'll try later. And that doesn't do it either. So if that sounds like you, maybe you didn't realize, that is me. That's why I don't call Skip. That's why I don't get the course. That's why I don't move forward. I wait till I'm ready. I hear that all the time from guys like you and me. Skip, I'm going to reach out. I just got to get ready. I don't want to waste your time. You're not going to be ready. You're never going to be in a point where everything you do is just going to pay off. All right? And you know it. So that's the message. I hope that you found that helpful. I got to get going now. Like I said, I love doing it. I hope that whether you watch this live or a replay version, you posted all your questions down below. I am going to answer all those questions. I want to reach out. This is the time we actually get going. Hope you got value out of the time that we spent together. Come back every single day for these live broadcasts. Have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger than getting bigger.
Being the man I want to be. Being the man I'd want my son to be. Being a man others would look up to and be inspired by. Being the man that I know I am, but have not figured out how to let out. But now I'm on my way. I'm letting it out.
He really just takes your thinking on that matter and forces you to look at what's holding you back and what you could possibly do better to further reach your goals. So anyone who really wants to just finally conquer one area of your life or even multiple areas of your life and just finally get it done and understand it and be able to master it, I definitely recommend Skip's coaching services.
Skip helped me cut off a huge section, of time and help me get everything so much faster, and help me find things that I really wanted.
He's literally a wealth of knowledge, but not only that, he literally knows what you're thinking, but even better, the mistakes that you're going to make and how to basically do a 180 and point you in the right direction so you can reach your goals as quickly as possible.
The advice you get will be so valuable, and it will enable you to make key distinctions which will propel you to succeed in any area of your life.
He's got me to think bigger, to push harder, and to actually get a lot more motivation than I've ever had before.
Skip LaCour, and I had actually learned a lot from him, and he's a great guy. I certainly would recommend his site and try to get some help from him if you are interested. He's offering a lot of stuff for people who are serious about improving themselves and really want to work at it. They're serious about working on themselves. He will help.
I'm taking on more risks. I'm challenging myself in ways that I never thought possible before.
The amount of change that made in me as a person and just becoming a better man was incredible. I just really love this stuff.
I remember I was just kind of holding back the tears when I got done, and it was like, oh my gosh, there is hope there. I wasn't wrong. We can still take our business. I can still take my relationship. I can still have all this. This guy understands it. He's been there.
The knowledge and discipline and insight that I learned from him took everything that I do in my life to that next level. And that's what I really want you guys to understand is Skip LaCour is an amazing bodybuilding coach, but he is also somebody I look to as a life mentor, as basically a father figure who has been through those things that I haven't been through, who understands those things in life that I don't yet understand.
This coaching has been a great experience. It's taught me so much. I enjoy every minute of it.
There's not many people that I can say have influenced me or had an impact on my life as much as Skip has.